Hey guys, and welcome back here to Born Beautiful here with Amy. I am so excited to be back here with you guys, and today we have another anti-haul. Woo, woo, woo. I know you guys really love these videos, so that's why I keep coming up with them. This is anti-haul number 3, so definitely be on the lookout. There's definitely more to come. I am actually going to film the 4th one right after this, probably, just because the products that I have for this anti-haul, I've had them for like the past 3 weeks already, and we know how much makeup is released daily. So basically there's already enough makeup to make anti-haul number 4. That is how much makeup gets released on a daily, guys, and it is absolutely crazy and ridiculous and not necessary. But you know what, the market is huge when it comes to makeup consumers, because if you're like me, even though you have enough, you just want more. Like, you just don't get tired of it, you know? Guys might like their cars, not saying all of them, some girls like cars too. We like our makeup. What are we gonna do about it? So if there's any makeup product we can justify not having to have in our hands, we have to do it, guys. So without further ado, my name is Amy. If you are new to the channel, make sure you take a second, click the subscribe button down below so you can be a part of this beautiful family here on YouTube. And if you are not new, thank you so much. I will leave the shout out of the day right here. Thank you so much for watching. So without further ado, guys, let's get right into the video. So the first thing that I'm not going to be investing in this summer is the new Huda Beauty Solstice Highlighter Palette. That was a long one and I did it. Thumbs up for that. So this is a highlighter palette that actually retails for $45. Now the reason I do not find any interest in this palette really is because the highlight is purple and pink. Yeah, it's purple and pink, and that just seems really weird to me. The other one is like a pinky one. The other one is like a kind of yellow, kind of gold color. So those two are pretty. But the pink and the really like deep purple kind of like scary a little bit. Personally, I am like medium tan skin. But I also don't think a purple, like kind of deepish purple highlight is going to look nice on me. So I don't know, guys, what do you think about this purple highlight? I'm just definitely not into it, and so I am not going to be falling for that one. The next product that I am definitely not throwing my coins at is the, what is this called? The Cream Contour and Highlight Kit by KKW Beauty. So first of all, the brush, it just doesn't seem like something that's going to be in my collection. I can already tell it's going to be something that just gets thrown in the back of a cabinet or in the back of a drawer, and I'm just never gonna see, it's never gonna see light again, and that's just what's gonna happen to it because it's a like really tiny brush, and I believe it's dual ended, and that does not go in my containers that I use to stand up my brushes. So for that reason, honestly, I'm just not interested in the brush. Now when it comes to the cream contours, there is such little product, and I don't think I have to get into this because everyone is talking about it. There's just so little product included, and if you saw the Jacqueline video that she did with Kim herself, you can see Kim applies a lot of the contour product, and honestly, if you were applying that much of the cream contour, I just can't see how that much little product is really gonna last and give you that bang for your buck. So for that reason, I am just not interested. The next product that I am not interested in is the Nicole Concilio palette times Violet Voss, or backward, Violet Voss times Nicole Concilio palette. So this is a palette that includes 20 new eyeshadows, and they are different finishes, and they do price at $45 for this palette. Now the actual price doesn't seem that bad for 20 eyeshadows. The problem with Violet Voss for me is there's been a lot of talk about the ingredients from YouTubers that I personally trust. So I feel like for that reason alone, if there's some kind of shady little thing going on with the ingredients, I'm personally not interested. Another reason why I don't want this palette is because I feel like this isn't anything new for Violet Voss. Honestly, the orange shade, the warm tone shades, if anything, the only two newer shades are like the black and the pingy. that is a weird name. The Pingy shade, which is kind of like a blue with glitter almost. That's what it seems to me. I'm just not interested. I like that first shade because it's called New York City. But girl, New York City is not like a white color. Like a white beigey color. That does not describe New York City whatsoever. But that's just me being a New Yorker. So personally for me, just the ingredient kind of shadiness in there and the color selection is just nothing that is intriguing to me personally. So NARS is coming out with these new Power Matte Lip Pigments in a long wear matte liquid lipstick. It's going to be available in 20 shades. Now the problem that I have with these is from the picture that I'm going to be posting right here so you guys can see for yourselves, it seems to me like the actual matte lipsticks are actually bleeding, and I do not like that. When I think about it on my lips, I feel like it's going to get into like the fine lines, or it might even bleed out when you're applying it, because the swatches, I can see a lot of bleeding for some reason, which is really weird. We usually don't see that with matte liquid lipsticks. Another reason why I'm just not interested is I feel like there's amazing liquid lipsticks at such a low price these days. I've been loving the Rimmel Stay Matte liquid lipsticks. I'm loving the ColourPop satin finishes for like $6. The Rimmel ones are like $6. I'm loving the Wet n Wild ones. Those are like $5. Like, I just find it unnecessary to go and, you know, pay so much money into a NARS liquid lipstick. I also do really want to take into consideration that NARS is transitioning from a cruelty-free brand that has been for many years to now actually not being cruelty-free anymore. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. I think it is fine if you are not a cruelty-free makeup brand, and maybe in the future you transition, maybe in the future you don't transition. It's okay with me. I am personally not like, oh, all my makeup is cruelty-free. Definitely not. I do have makeup that is not cruelty-free whatsoever. So that's not what I have an issue with. The thing that I have an issue with is that NARS being as popular as it is, as well known as it is, as high of a brand as that it is, which has been cruelty-free for such a long time, is, you know, basically taking a check, which is basically giving up what they stand for being a cruelty-free brand, and they're basically just getting paid to stop being that, you know. I don't know, to me that's just like, to me it's going from really amazing to like, are you serious? Now you're gonna test on animals? So what was this whole thing about you wanting to be cruelty-free from the beginning then, you know? Like, is money really doing that? Is money really going to make you start testing on animals when you haven't been testing on animals for such a long time? It just does not make sense to me, guys. I don't know. Let me know what you think. You know, this is just personal opinions. I respect yours, you respect mine, and that's where we call it even. So this next product that I'm not going to be buying is also lipsticks, but these are actually cream lipsticks. These are the new Mouche Bouche Nearly Neon lipstick collection that Bite Beauty recently launched. Now the problem with this is, as they're called, it's nearly neon, and I am definitely whatsoever not a nearly neon girl. Oh, that was like a tongue twister. Nearly neon, nearly neon. You try it. So it's just pretty basic, guys. I just don't wear neon colors. I feel like a lot of you won't. If you do, maybe it's because you actually like to wear neutral toned eyeshadow. So there, you know, like if you put like a bright neon color, I feel like that would look amazing. But personally, I like to go intense with my eyeshadow, so I don't think it needs neon lipstick. But the formula of Bite Beauty lipsticks, from what I've tried, is actually really good. So if you are interested in neon, but I mean really, how much are you gonna wear it? Ooh, this next one, guys. The new Sephora Pro palettes that came out. An editorial one came out. What is the other one called? The neutral one. And then the warm toned one. I thought about this one. I thought about this one long and hard because it is $70 that I do not get for free. So this is my 2 cents on it. The warm tone palette, that is the one palette that really sparked my interest, but I just see that one cranberry shade in the middle, and that's really all I see, just that one cranberry shade in the middle. And besides that, there's really nothing else that really pulls me in. Like, they're all beautiful, warm tones, but I want to say they all look pretty similar. They're like just tones that are like 2 shades darker, 2 shades cooler, 2 shades warmer, 1 shade cooler, etc. And then that cranberry shade. So I find that I'm missing a little bit of warmth. Just a little bit. Like maybe 3 more kind of like reddish tones, yellowish, you know. I know there's a couple duds in that palette, so if they had taken those 4 out and put the other ones in, like just different, a little bit more brightness to it, you know. It's just missing a little something, you know. For $70, that's not cutting it. The editorial palette, in my opinion, I don't want that fallout with those intense colors. These palettes are known. They have, like, you can see it in all the YouTube videos that have came out with them. Fallout galore. And okay, I get it, Lorac has that fallout. But getting like bright pink fallout, bright blue fallout, you know, sometimes it gets on my clothes. Sometimes it'll smear, like if I accidentally go and like, you know, kind of like, I don't know, why would I go like this? But it happens, you know, situations that you don't really think of that happen, and when you least suspect it, you're like dirty already and you have like some blue here, some pink here. So it's just honestly more high maintenance than I want it to be. And in the neutral tone ones, I'm honestly just not going to use it, guys. I am not a neutral girl. Not a neutral girl. Let's get on with the next one. The next product that I'm not going to be getting is the new Sephora Beauty Blender. So the next product that I'm not interested in, it is the new Beauty Blender, the one that is like tie-dyed almost. Yeah, so it's like a tie-dye pink and white beauty blender. Reason I don't want this, honestly, I feel like it's going to be the same as every other beauty blender. Amazing, but just a mix of colors. And if you go to the drugstore, you go to Walmart actually, get the new Flower Beauty one, you're never going to want to touch another original beauty blender. So that's simple enough for that. Save your money, girl. Ooh, this next product that I had saved here, I am not going to be sharing it. It is part of the holiday 2017 sneak peeks that are coming out. I'm going to have a whole separate video that's going to be, will I buy it for the holiday 2017? So definitely be on the lookout for that. Subscribe if you are not already and you are interested in watching that video. So let's go back to the lips again. These new lip glosses by Jouer are going to be coming out, or they did already. These are 14 new high pigment lip glosses, and they are infused with coconut oil and jojoba seed oil to moisturize your lips. $17, and they are permanent. Here's my opinion on those. I think $17 is not a bad deal at all. I actually think it's pretty reasonable. The packaging is unique. I feel like the brand is unique. They have different things. They offer different things. I just think the packaging is sophisticated and sleek, and I am definitely someone that falls for packaging. Now, the thing here is the swatches, guys. They look so glossy, and I get it. They are high pigment glosses, but they're just way too glossy and pigmented for me. If I have a gloss, I don't want it to be extreme pigmented. I kind of want it a little bit toned down. Just a little bit. I do want it pigmented, just not to that extent. The next item that did not catch my attention at all whatsoever when I saw it is the eyeshadow palette by Storybook Cosmetics, which includes 12 shades with so they could be shimmery, metallic, and matte. It is $52. Props to them for being a brand that is cruelty-free and kind of like an independent brand. Props to you, girl. Yes. I don't know, some videos I'm just so salty and extra, and in other videos I'm like so calm and relaxed. I think those are the videos that I film like at 3 in the morning. Oh my god, I should really stop doing that, because I like this salty kind of like version of me. Spicy. I love spicy things. The things I say, guys, the things I say, I swear. So the reason why this eyeshadow palette did not interest me at all was really the tones. They're kind of like gray, really cool tones. If you're a cool toned kind of person, this is definitely going to probably interest you. But then again, I also do have to pay shipping. It's not something I can go ahead and play with, and maybe if I don't like it, I have the chance to take it back, get back my money. You know, if you're not good off well financially, I'm not, so like I would be that person that if I don't like it, I'm taking it back to the store. And you know, with like online websites, that gets a little bit tedious sometimes. Tedious. And but the biggest factor here is the fact that it's like a book. It just seems so bulky to me, so for that reason, it's really nothing that interests me. This, did I say it's called the Wizardry and Witchcraft eyeshadow palette? I don't think I did, so that's what it's called. The next thing that I was not interested in purchasing, and I did not, but actually I did get the lipstick part of it. You can see it right there. I didn't get the Beauty and the Beast eyeshadow palette just because of the same reason. I just find that it's too bulky, and I tend to not reach for those bulky packages, and those palettes really it's just a hassle to store them away. You can't really travel with them. You know, they're a little bit high maintenance themselves, and the color tones were also more on the cool toned side of the spectrum. So again, and not something that personally sparks my interest. And then when it comes to lip glosses, I find the Lorac lip glosses are actually really beautiful, but I do have a whole set of them, and I just don't find that I'm like really reaching for them because I'm not a lip gloss kind of girl. So just I was just like, the packaging is beautiful, but sometimes girls and guys out there, we do have to sacrifice. We have to sacrifice the packaging sometimes, and this is one of those products where I really questioned, like, should I get it just because of that beautiful packaging on the lip glosses? But at the end of the day, I was like, it's really not worth it, Amy. It's not. You have a whole bunch of Lorac lip glosses. They smell beautiful. They smell like vanilla. If you're into that, check them out. But just like, I don't really use them, so what's the point? And then I did want to quickly mention the face palette or the blush palette with the highlighters. Personally, I just feel like Lorac constantly comes out with these face palettes, and a lot of times they just get hidden in makeup collections. Unless you're a minimalist makeup collector, I just feel like these kind of palettes you don't really reach for. You tend to reach for your singles more, or you already have these kinds of tones in like drugstore blushes or other blushes. It's getting to a point where I have so many to the point that I'm just using like 10, and then the rest I'm really not. So I really have to get to like rotating my makeup. So I feel like blushes is really something you really have to think about when it comes to blush palettes. Do you really need them? Do you? So the Bomb Cosmetics is taking out this nude beach eyeshadow palette. I'm just not interested, guys. The packaging, it just doesn't speak to me. I honestly love how their brand is different when it comes to packaging. It definitely, you can tell there's definitely some differences to other major makeup brands. The issue that I have is that by using the bodies the way they do to separate the eyeshadow, it really takes your focus away from the actual eyeshadows. So you're really not like inspired by them. Like, you don't open the palette and instantly look at the colors. To me, in my eyes, visually, what I look at is the bodies and like the cute little beach theme, but it just distracts you from wanting to be inspired and create something with the eyeshadows. That's just the way I look at it. I just feel like it's going to be a palette that, though the colors look nice, because of the packaging, and it's gonna sound really shallow, you know, just it is what it is. I just feel like I'm not going to reach for it. Another eyeshadow that I'm gonna be skipping out on is the Tartelette Toasted Tarte palette. Yeah, that's what it's called. Now the reason that I'm not getting this is because I'm really thinking about getting the Naked Fire. Now the only reason that I'm not going to be getting this eyeshadow palette is because I am thinking of getting the new Urban Decay Fire palette. Is that what it's called? So the reason is I just feel like these tones are similar in either palette, but the Urban Decay one just offers more. That's just my opinion. I definitely feel like there's just more color differences offered, more warm tones, which is what I love. Personally, I just feel like Tarte needs to definitely step up their game when it comes to creating new colors, new shadows. I just feel like they're just overdoing the neutral, the natural. I know some of you guys are really into it. I'm just personally not, and Tarte is lately not sparking any interest in me with their new like launches that they've been releasing. And the last thing for this anti-haul, guys, that I am not going to be putting my coins to is going to be the new Too Faced like glitter palette. Personally, these swatches, they don't speak to me at all. I feel like these are not glitters. These are not like pigments. These to me just look like shimmers. I know Too Faced created the actual glitter eyeshadow, but to be honest, it doesn't spark my interest. It doesn't look like glitter. It doesn't look like a pigment. It just looks like straight up like really light shimmery shades. Honestly, I feel like the shadow box by Urban Decay that's like $18 right now from $36 at Ulta is much more of a better deal than the glitter palette by Too Faced. It's just, it looks boring. It doesn't inspire me. The color tones, they're just really light and shimmery. They remind me of previous like Christmas palettes by Too Faced. Of course, different colors, don't get me wrong, but the actual like formula, like the Christmas shimmery, they're just really light, like the lavender lilac colors. It's just something that's been done. It kind of reminds me of the white chocolate chip palette, but just different tones, but like the same consistency, like those like really light shimmery shades. And I'm not into it. Even with the black base, the white base, it's something that you don't even need in reality. If you wanted to really do that in real life, you could just use like a white jumbo crayon by NYX and maybe use like a black eyeliner on the other eye, and you get the same effect. So the white and the black also just seem like a stretch to me, like you're never gonna finish those huge pants. They could have totally done something different, and they didn't. They just disappointed me, to be honest, with that palette. So without further ado, guys, that's everything for this anti-haul. I hope you loved it because it was really fun to talk about it. I think my personality was on point for this video because I was being a little bit extra, and it's probably just because I'm overheating in my room. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, give this video a big thumbs up if you like it. Subscribe if you're not already. Share this video if you like it. Leave your comments down below. Comment down below with the hashtag like before watching so I can feature you in the next video. But without further ado, guys, that's everything I have in this video. Go check out one of my previous videos where I will be leaving on the screen in like 3 seconds. But without further ado, remember, you are beautiful. You were born beautiful. Makeup just makes you gorgeous. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!